Helix.
So excited to have you and to talk with you about why now is the perfect time for higher ed to embrace the flipped classroom more fully.
The people who did flipped learning prior to the pandemic had a much easier time adjusting to an emergency remote situation than those who had been using traditional models of teaching. A number of basic assumptions about the way that we do higher education in general were just completely blown up by the pandemic. When you look at how classes are traditionally set up, we assume scarcity of information. We assume that technology is something to be left outside the classroom. We assume that students come to their learning with no knowledge whatsoever. And we assume that students don't have the capacity to teach themselves things or to regulate themselves. That model did not fare well in the pandemic.
Does the flipped classroom model overestimate not our students' capability, but their self-motivation to do the work ahead of time?
I think that it accurately estimates students' ability to do work ahead of time. Now, self-motivation is a tricky sort of thing. It places a high standard on students. It expects a lot out of students. It expects that students will take a small list of basic sort of information transfer-oriented learning objectives, like be able to state the definition of a concept or list examples of a concept, having gone and watched a video about it or read a book about it. Give some examples of the thing that you're learning. That's the kind of level we're asking students to do. I've seen flipped learning work with great success everywhere. I've done some work with Yale and Harvard, and it works great there, all the way to institutions like my own, public institutions that are not top tier, but have hardworking students, and they know how to put their backs into it, and they learn a lot this way, all the way to small liberal arts colleges, community colleges. I've worked with two-year schools before, vocational education. It's just simply a way to get more active involvement into the classroom. All it takes is willing students. Those folks are found everywhere, even where we don't think they are.